Weekly tips, value bombs, occasional updates. That's how most school groups email their members. They throw them in the middle of the ocean and let them figure everything out on their own. No system, no introduction, just new school members getting these emails and trying to figure out what the group is about, why they're getting them, and why bother opening them. In this video, I'll show you the actual jobs of your school community and your email list and how they work together and not just dumping random content on your subscribers. My name is Dennis. I run the Flows community in Skool where I help school creators implement and build simple email systems to just use their email list to their full potential. So with all that being said, let's jump into the video. First, let's define the jobs. What is your school community for and what's your email list for? And it doesn't matter if you're building your list through Skool or you're using your external list to build your school, the jobs are staying the same. So let's start with Skool. Skool is a community platform that give you all the tools to monetize your members. And the problem is, most people skip the first part of the sentence. They obsess over the how do I monetize this group and forgetting about the people that sign up for a community. Think of it like this. You're hosting a party and you're inviting people with flyers. On the flyers, you're promising great music, food, drinks, good people, and on the outside, everything looks good. But on the inside, you hand breadcrumbs, tap water, and you pause the music every 5 minutes to pitch your even better party next door. Technically, you're delivering a party, but the vibe sucks. The people feel sold on and not hosted. And sometimes some school group feel this way because you use them as a funnel. And there's no problem with that. It's good. It's how you make money, right? That's something that I've done, probably you've done, and anyone would try someday. But the problem is the expectation. If you're planning to use your school group as a funnel, that's fine. Just don't position it as a community. Again, nothing wrong with that. Just pick an approach and stick to it. In this video, I'll mostly be talking about school communities as a community. So not all of the points would be applied to you if you're using it as a funnel. The main job of your community is mostly build a connection, not between you and them, but mostly between each other and all the people inside the group. You're the host, not the headmaster. So you're in the room with everyone and you're open, you're chatty, a bit funny, honest, and vulnerable when needed. You keep the party going and make it easy for people to connect, meet each other, and just feel like they belong. So that's cool job. Provide a place for people to connect and engage with one another. And inside, you have your value proposition, your posts, your comments, and other people posts and comments, your leaderboard, your classroom, everything that people can engage and get some value from. And yes, connection and engagement is value too. So when it comes to email, it has a different job, and we'll talk about it next. Email is when the one-on-one conversation happens. You're still the same friendly host, but now you have a bit more authority and you can clearly invite your members of the party to take the next step. Think of it as the balcony of your party. People step outside to just breathe some air. It's a bit quieter and conversations get a bit more personal. Out there, you can actually meet your guests, talk to them at eye level, share your stories, share your experiences, maybe reflect on what they're thinking and what they're struggling with. It still feels natural and human, and you're in a position when you can say, hey, if you want more than just this party, we can go and do the next step. In your business, that next step can actually be a call, a workshop, a specific classroom, a product, or something they can actually do in your school community. And that's your email's job. Quiet, personal conversations that turns good parties into clear decisions. And now that it's established, how does it actually look like and work together? Let's start from the beginning. The moment a new members join your school community, the opt-in step. They read your about page, make a decision to join, and let's say that's one of the first steps of your funnel, so it's either a free community or a low ticket one. Your group's job is to provide a simple and friendly experience, easy to consume posts, few directions to go and consume stuff, and a classroom to deliver your value. It's like a map with different tracks, directions, and things to do. They can consume different pieces of value at the time and order they want. And so it's clear engagement with members is value, not only just you engaging with them, but they with one another. They DMing with one another is value. They climbing up the leaderboards is value too. Value is not just the information you provide in your classroom. And the email's job at the opt-in is to narrow down the attention towards the specific outcome you want them to achieve and the next steps they should take. You're doing that not by giving more information, but inspiration, like an older brother sharing experience and gently suggesting the next action. And where most people miss this is they leave all the onboarding work for school, not realizing how many distraction it has. Notifications, multiple posts, different classrooms, other groups. Your school group should be treated like a lead magnet. It should be like the PDF you download somewhere online. Because the person that's sending you the PDF, on the PDF itself and maybe on the follow-ups, suggesting you to take the next step and not relying you on just randomly opening up his website again and taking the next action, even though you really want to do that. So that's why the first onboarding step is essential. You use your school as the hub for them to go and consume value from your posts, from comments, leaderboards, classroom, whatever. And you use email to say, out of all of these things that you can do, here's the one thing that you should do. And that's how they stop feeling lost in all of this and actually start moving. And after those first few days where the members are getting settled in and figuring out what's going on, nothing really changes. The roles are staying the same. School is still the place where you provide all of the value and connection, and that's why it's important to keep it as a community and not slowly turning into a funnel. An email, on the other hand, should stay much more focused. Less, here's more information, and more, here's a story, here's a shift, and here's the next step if you want it. The decision to click on a classroom, engage on a post, buy something should always be in your member's hand. You don't need to force it. And if you just keep on blasting value in your emails, eventually they will look like your school feed, and there won't be really a reason to open them because it would be just the same noise in the same two places. So, to wrap this up, here's a simple way to think about it. School is your parties where people meet, where they talk, where they engage, and just feel like they belong. And email is your conversation balcony. It's where you talk one on one, share what works for you, and where you get to invite them to take the next step if they're ready to do that. And if you separate those two jobs, a lot of problems go away. Your group can stay clean and human. There won't be a pitch wall. And just for the record, it's fine to sell inside your group. It's good, just not turning it into the main thing. Your emails will stop pretending to be a super valuable newsletters and actually start moving people forward to take an action. And lastly, your new members won't feel like you're throwing them in the middle of the ocean trying to figure out what they should do in your school group and what they should do with your emails. And after you'll connect your school and email, they'll work together. You might want to add some automations to help your members actually move and do all of those processes without you being present there, and you'll need to know how to do that. And in the next video, I'll show you the exact process I use to build automations without getting overwhelmed and actually relying on feedback that I'm getting from the people that are inside and not just building random steps that you don't need. So click somewhere in the video and go watch next.